Natasha Gage, welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on story 6 for my 2022 December daily album. My plan for story 6 is to use this word remember. This was part of one of the paper packs, and I trimmed this down in advance to 7 by 8.25. And I'm going to be pairing this with a page of full stamping, a full page of stamping. And this was a challenge that came about from this year's prep day. So great opportunity to bring out my stamps. Again, use some of that paper that was part of the kit. This is the college rolled lined paper, so it kind of even gives you a little bit of a guide. I do need to trim this down a little bit because I know on the back side for story 7, it'll be a full page photo. So I'm going to be trimming this down a little bit, hole punch it. Then, I could have left this, right, for my story 6. I could have maybe just put some pattern paper here and tuck in a number, but my plan is to incorporate some of this vellum. I'm just going to adhere this to the back side, and then I will also be adding a photo of a past Christmas. This is one of the earliest photos, or the oldest photos, however you want to say it, of past Christmases. This was 1985, so I was a year and a half. I'll read you guys my journaling a little bit towards the end. I just thought, part of what I'm talking about here is that, I feel like a kid again. I feel nostalgic, sentimental. So a great opportunity to bring in a past photo, add some more reflective journaling. And then I pulled over a couple options as far as how I want to tackle my number. I'm thinking of using these red felt numbers. These I found at it's like a dollar store, I believe. I'll see if I can find anything on Amazon that's similar, but these are great. They already have adhesive on the back. And then I have gone ahead, if you guys saw in the Stories of Christmas Past classroom, Allie gave this as a download, but it's these circles that have the word circa, celebrating past Christmas stories. So I printed these out, again, using my laser printer, and inked them in a couple different sizes. I'm not sure what size I want to use. This is a 2-inch, 1.75, and this is a 1.5. So we'll see. I am gonna get started here, but first, I know I've had a lot of questions as far as my Lightroom workflow and how I edit photos. So I am going to take you guys over to my computer and show you the very first step of my workflow, which is going to be importing photos. If you guys have any questions about my process, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I will be including a couple different photo edits here in the coming days. I will do one of a flat lay, I will do a black and white, and then I'll probably do a more advanced edit where it's Lightroom and Photoshop, and that most likely will end up being a separate video. But we're gonna dive in here. I'm gonna put you guys on fast forward and do a wrap up once we are completed. The very first step in my process begins with copying my photos that are from my camera's memory card. It's a CF Express. You can see there all of my photos that I'm about to import are currently on this. So what I will be doing is moving them over to my external drive. I personally prefer to have all of my photos in my Lightroom catalog on my external drive because they take up so much space. So copying those over, then I'm going to move into Lightroom and I'm going to click import. So part of this, I go to the folder that I am selecting these from, and I click add. So that way I'm not copying, I'm just literally adding them from where they are stored. And you can see here I have lots of folders for my 2022, just selecting them all, and then I will import them into Lightroom, and it builds smart previews and one-to-one previews. Have any questions? Let me know. Back at my desk, the first thing I'm going to get started on is trimming down that piece of paper to an 11-inch because I know the back side of it will be a photo tomorrow. Punching my holes in using a 6-hole punch, and then now I'm going to bring over that paper that has the word remember, and then also some pattern vellum that has the gold stars on it. First, I'm just running my rolling adhesive along one side and trying to line those up. Part of what I noticed though in the process, and you'll see a little bit of this, is that piece of vellum was just a little bit short of 8.25 inches. So I grabbed another piece over from my stash. I'm going to be trimming that down to 4 inches wide by 8.25, and then do the process again of adhering. I could have ran this through my sewing machine for the stitching, but I just decided to keep it pretty clean and simple for this one. So you can see now I'm gonna adhere that photo on the back side, again running my rolling adhesive and just positioning it. When I went to do this, it looked like the sizing was just a little bit off. So I made sure to line up the left side of the photo with that cardstock from the very front. I will next grab my X-Acto knife and a ruler and trim off the excess. Again, my desktop, I don't care about it. You can see it's pretty beat up. So I'm just running my X-Acto knife right on the desk. It's fine for me if it gets lots of cuts and nicks and marks. So next then I need to again add or punch the holes. I used my hole punch for this, and in hindsight, maybe next time I will grab over the We Are Memory Keepers multi-hole punch. It got just a little bit off, but I'm going to leave it as well. The next thing I'm doing here, I'm grabbing over one of these Tim Holtz rub-ons, and this is not part of the Christmas pack. I will be sure to link it for you guys down below, but I really liked adding this in white, just rubbing that on there. I think that adds a little something for Remember This. Could completely have used a stamp set there or a word phrase sticker, but I like that you can't even see the additional embellishments. It looks like it kind of blends in. So grabbing over the alphabet of the word 6, spelling that out and doing that vertically, and pulling off the adhesive backing on those and just trying to make things a little bit center. I will say I did intentionally though move those a little bit further to the right, because when you're looking at story 5, it has the title, Reasons Why I Love December. So I wanted to give it a little bit of margin. Here I'm trying to decide which size circle I want to use for that circa. I ended up going with the 1.75, and you can see there I'm grabbing a few different chipboard stars. I'm gonna spread those around. No rhyme and reason of where they go or which ones I'm using. These chipboard stars, or these gold chipboard stars, are from Studio Calico. They might have them in their shop too. If they do, I will link them for you guys below. The last step here in the process is adding the date, and I'll be adding the year 85. So grabbing over that woodblock stamp that was also included in the Stories of Christmas Past kit, and that's linked for you guys as well. Using some Stays On pigment ink. I love pigment ink. And this stamped great on top of that Epson matte paper. The color for this is Passion Red, one of my favorites, and that's the same color red that I used on that full stamped page. So again, adding a little bit of adhesive on the back side and then adhering that down. And that's going to be a wrap for this project, everybody. I love how this page came together, just a little bit of the simplicity and the focus on the words. Okay, this one came together really quick and easy. Just a couple things that probably I spent way too much time on is just trying to align the letters and then deciding what star embellishments I wanted to use. So love just adding that little rub on. This is from Tim Holtz. If you guys don't have this, you could always look to, this is from last year, and I believe the one from this year also, but you could use just the word thus. So we'll use washi tape to cover that part. Excuse me, this, not thus. This, and then use white ink or gold ink. Could also look to word phrase stickers if you want to do that and put something, put a word phrase sticker there. That could have been cute as well. Adding the number 6 with those felt alphabet, those felt letters. I really like how that one turned out. I don't know if it's 100% aligned, but I'm just going to leave it. I'm going with it. Embracing, just sometimes have to let things be. So the backside photo with journaling, and then also the stamping journaling thoughts about it. Adding one of those gold foiled circles that says circa and stamping 85, a brad, and then a couple chipboard stars. So I'll go ahead and read this to you guys, and then we're gonna be done for today. This is one of the earliest photos I have of Christmas. The year was 1985 and I was 1.5 years old. Things were much simpler back then. Christmas wasn't yet commercialized, no split family, and mom and dad were still married. Looking back at this photo, I see myself, my sister Tara, and my cousin Derek sprawled out on the brown shag carpet that once occupied Grandma and Grandpa Willard's living room. I see unopened presents under the tree. I see me in a blue dress. Blue was my favorite color as a kid. I see our little faces gazing, and if I had to guess, we are most likely watching A Christmas Story on the television. That was one of the Willard family traditions, watching that classic movie on Christmas Eve. From other pictures taken on this Christmas, I know it was the year I got Puppy, a stuffed lamb that I still have to this day, and I'm not sure why I named him Puppy. Grandma and Grandpa gifted him to me because, as the story goes, I threw my pink blankie out the window of my dad's Ford Bronco earlier that year, and he didn't turn around to go get it. The holidays always stir up a mixture of memories and a mixture of emotions. This time of year, I feel celebratory and sad at the same time. I am thankful for my parents and grandparents who made the holidays special, creating cherished memories for me to recall with fondness and deep appreciation. Oh, I love just bringing in, some of that past photo. It also includes some other members of my family. And, and part of why I even ended up picking this photo, not only because it was the earliest one, but just even talking about the fact, like, I get nostalgic. I look back at a lot of these memories and just feel extremely thankful for what Christmas was. I'll be back here tomorrow to work on story 7. It's going to be the backside of this page, and planning to incorporate the half circles somehow. So we'll see. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Again, let me know if you have questions in the comments below, and enjoy your December day.